Welcome back to our YouTube channel here at ArmorTech. Today we've got a front windshield and our rear panel cab install for you on this CF Moto U10 PRO 2025. Before we get started, let's have a look at that tool list. First thing we want to do is to take our windshield out of the box and go ahead and put it into position inside of our ROP system. So we want to take the top and place it up underneath the ledge of the roof and let it set on the lower stops. In our hardware bag, we've got some of our 1/4 by 1 inch Phillips panhead screws. That's going to go in this upper post right here. I've already got one sitting there. And then our side mounting bracket, this is bracket AR for right or passenger. We'll affix that bracket around the frame. All right, and then we'll back this with a flat washer and a lock nut. Okay, we'll get all of these started. Same fashion. You may have to pull that front windshield in and compress that gasket just a little bit to get these started. When we tighten it all down, it's going to come together real nice. And we'll get that one on the lower side. We'll leave all these loose for now. We'll go over to the driver's side, do the same thing with bracket AL, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten all of this down. Both brackets are now started, and we'll come back with our 7/16 wrench, our impact driver with our P3 fillet bit, and we'll tighten that down. Now before we do that, we want to make sure that we're up and setting on our stops that are underneath the bottom lip of our front. So just to ensure that, or maybe put something in there to shim it off the plastic a little bit before we tighten. Okay, this is our bracket B, and what this is for is to mount to these 3 holes here, and it's going to pinch the plastic lip and the gasket together to make a good seal here up top on the manufacturer's roof. We're going to lower our front glass and let that rest on the hood. All right, and again, our 1/4 Phillips 1 inch long bolts. Okay, and then we'll back that again with a flat washer and a lock nut. And we'll get all 3 started and then come back and tighten it down just like our side mounting brackets. In our hardware bag, we've got a hold down bungee along with 2 of our 1/2 inch vinyl loom clamps. And again, our 1/4 by 1 inch Phillips screws, 2 lock nuts, 2 flat washers. For this application, we're going to drill the plastics below the glass. All right, and when you are riding with the windshield in the down position, those will hook into the holes of our rubber pulls that are affixed to the upper portion of our glass. Okay, so we want to go ahead and attach those loom clamps and give those a firm pinch. Right here on this corner below the headlight, we're going to drill right here in this corner of this front plastic. There's nothing behind here to worry about. We can get to it with a nut and a bolt, so we'll drill that part out. And we'll also come over here on the other side and do the same thing. Okay. So we'll take our loom clamp on our right side, and if you drill with a 13/64 bit, you can actually just thread this into the plastic and it'll hang out there real nice. We'll stretch that cable. Same thing on the opposite side. Now we'll back this screw with a flat washer and a lock nut. Now we'll grab our 7/16 wrench and again our P3 bit, and we'll tighten this up. We'll straighten this up a little bit. Next in our lineup is our rear panel that we'll install onto the U10 Pro. Before we do that, we want to loosen these 4 Torx screws that's holding down the rear of our plastic top. And so we'll just loosen those up. Don't take them all the way out. Just give yourself about a 1/4 inch gap. The slots on the top of the rear are going to slide up right behind that screw head. We'll locate 2 of our 8x25mm flanged head screws, okay? When the rear is placed on here, we will utilize that hardware to bolt our rear to the frame into these pre-threaded holes on the driver and the passenger side. Now we can grab a partner and install it onto the unit. Remember, our top slots are going to go under our screw heads up top. So we'll pick this up a little bit and make sure we're all the way seated in our slot. And we'll take our 8x25mm screw I mentioned earlier. And you may have to push in on the bottom just a little bit to compress that gasket to get this screw started. Now that our rear is attached, all of our hardware is loose, it's just time to go back and tighten all of that up. We'll utilize our 13mm socket onto our impact. Go ahead and snug up the bottom. And now we'll snug up the top with our T30 Torx. Your ArmorTech products are now installed, and we hope you enjoy them on your next ride. As always, thanks for watching.